It depends how nervous I am, you know.
You want to see this in the
I will invite you to deliver speech open.
Okay, so tonight's meeting theme is Power of You. It's defined by Robert. Okay, for me, I like Turkish group. Have you seen the Turkish group? Yeah. No. It's a brew mix with some degree of green. Okay. I think that's representative for me as calm and steady. Okay. Now I would like to introduce the helper today. This one is our CFO.
CFO,
Yeah. Masha. So she likes blue, light blue, and because it's representing as rational, right? Yes. Yeah. Let's welcome our CFO.
Good evening, Toastmasters, because most of my friends comment me too rational. I'm too rational, so I think blue is the most suitable color for me. Okay. As a timer, by the way, I'm not CFO, I'm just in charge of money. And I'm also a strict timer, so please. As a timer, I will time the table topics, speakers, formal speeches, and evaluations. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using green, yellow, and red cards, which denote specific times remaining. As for table topic, speakers should limit their remarks to no more than 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will raise green card. At 1 minute and 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. At 2 minutes, I will raise the red cards. And most other speeches should be 5 to 7 minutes in length. At 5 minutes, 6 minutes, and 7 minutes, I will raise green, yellow, red cards, respectively. And last, the individual evaluations should be between 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. And at 3 minutes, I will raise the red card. Please pay attention to me when you deliver the speech. And don't push me to ring the bell. Thank you, Toastmasters.
So what's your time? And Masha is really good with all kind of numbers. Our next helper is our very dedicated senior member, Diana. So she has 2 sons, and her favorite color is pink. That's representing romance and love. So you can see. Well, okay. So welcome, Diana.
Okay, thank you, Karen. I like a lot of colors, but if you like me to choose one, I only choose pink. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very pleased to be the art counter of tonight. And my job is to help you to cure your bad habit of making vocalized poses. They are sounds like and am, or words like well, and, but, so, and no. These unnecessary, annoying sounds and words we are so called us. And I will make a report for every speaker on the stage. I will make a report I will count the number of the R's that I hear you make, and at the end of the meeting, I will make a report to every speaker on the stage. So please watch out. That's it.
The next one is not helper. It's national treasure. He is
It's a joke.
going to give us a word today. And Victor's favorite color is light blue because it's representing freedom and democracy. Let's welcome Victor to give us a word today.
Evening, this evening, I will discuss about this word. The sales, this one is not to sell products or goods or commodities in the department store or at any convenience store. They just sell, the sellers sell directly to the buyer. So then we translate direct sale or direct selling or direct marketing. And then the sales from here and then sell this one and this one sells goods to this level and this level to this level, and then at the bottom this level earn more profit. So it's like a pyramid. So also called pyramid. Selling or scheme. Scheme can be a good plan, can be a very bad plan that is illegal and dishonest. In Chinese, 诡计 we can also call a scheme. Scheme can be good, can refer to good or bad. Bad means illegal and dishonest. So Lao's way means pyramid scheme or selling. However, this kind of scheme, the founder is Charles Ponzi. Charles Ponzi is an Italian. He was born in 1882 in Italy. And later, he moved to live in America, USA. And then he died in 1949 in Brazil. When he died, he has nothing, very, very poor. He has nothing. So this is why, because he is the founder of Lao's Way, as a matter of fact. So Lao's Way can be translated to Ponzi scheme. We use the founder's name, use his name as this name, Ponzi scheme. And Ponzi scheme is just like in Chinese, 挖东墙补西墙, or 借新债补旧债 in Chinese. In English, to rob Peter to pay Paul. You cannot use to rob robber to pay Victor, no. Saint Peter and Saint Paul, their celebration date are on the same day. So in English, we have to use Peter and Paul. That is to 挖东墙补西墙 in English. That is to rob Peter to pay Paul. We call it Ponzi scheme. And then he established his scheme in 1919. So we don't know how to name it. So we use his name to be the dishonest or illegal game by using his name, Ponzi, Charles Ponzi. Born in Italy, moved to the USA, and then died in Brazil. So we call to rob Peter to pay Paul. 挖东墙补西墙 that is Lao's Way in English.
Wow.
Thank you.
It's the first time Victor didn't use all his 5 minutes. Yeah. All right. Now let's go into our main program for tonight. So we are very fortunate to have our C4 director, Leah. Leah, I believe Leah lives a very colorful life because she likes all colors. And of course, she can match various colors depends on the different environmental status. The speech today is illustrate the new pathway innovative planning, creating effective visual aids. And the title is My Little J. Let's welcome Leah.
Okay, so when you see the title, My Little J, what is little J or who is little J? Any guesses?
Cat.
A cat? Cat? So most of the people is a cat. I hope so, why not? Unfortunately. Okay, so little J is actually my niece. Yeah. Music clear? Yes. Okay. Little J is my niece. She's almost 3 years old now. Like Robert mentioned, I'm the SAA, not the officer in Toastmaster, but single and available. So obviously this is not my kids. Jocelyn, her name is Jocelyn, and Jocelyn will be 3 years after 1 month and 25 days. Jocelyn's parents are my cousins. So it means her dad is my cousin, and her mom is my cousin. So you might curious how can they got married?
Yeah.
Actually, her dad is from my daddy's side of the family. Her mom is from my mother's side of the family. So they don't have any blood relationship. But both of them, I call them 表姐 or 表哥. But in English, we only say cousins, right?
Yeah.
And because my cousin and I, we all work together, so they secretly fell in love. Really secretly, because we all stay in the same office, but she didn't tell us, and we didn't know that, but they got married, and then they have the Jocelyn. So Jocelyn is not just their first kid, but also it's the first kid in our big family. Because we are running the family business, so we all stay together. And I still remember the day that Jocelyn born, because we know that my cousin got pregnant. We were so looking forward to Jocelyn's birth. And she chose a C-section. So we could exactly know which day Jocelyn will be born. It was December 17, 2017. So I remember the day that I got up so early, and my mom and I, we had to the hospital to meet our new beautiful family. And you know what she looks like at first when I saw her? Kobe doll. Do you know the animation? Look at her. You know, she would like close her eye, and she had a really tiny like eyelashes, and her nose was like so petite, like just like a little bottom. But when I saw her at first, I didn't even know her, but I instantly loved her. It's just like amazing that I feel like my life would have been really different when she came to our life. So just like always like stay with us. I still remember the day that she born like in the room, because her grandparents and my parents and I, we all went to see her. And everyone was just laughing and talking, and everyone is like filled of joy on our face, because it's a newborn baby, and we are so looking forward she came to our life. So just think just like accompany, because my parents and I, we all work together, and my cousin brought her to the office every day. So we look at her growth. This is when she was 4 months. So we had a anti-drawing ceremony for her. And the one thing is really nice is that because we all work together, so we had a ceremony all of my family, my parents, and my and her grandparents and her parents. So we all like celebrate for her. I think it's really special because it's hard that when everyone got together just for a baby. So I always say Jocelyn is a miracle because she helped to get everyone just together for her. And sometimes she studied together with me because while I was studying, she wants someone who could help her. And what she loved the most, when I'm working, she loved to pick at me when I'm working. So whenever I just look at her, and she always like try to look at me and see what am I doing. Always like that. She's so cute. So before she went to daycare, I think she stayed with us for 1 year and around 2 months. And we look at her every day, it's getting bigger and bigger. And it's a miracle because every day that if you as a parent, you will know that every day she learns a new skill. It's a day that she knows how to give her middle finger. And really soon, she knows how to give her thumb, middle finger, and little finger together. I don't know why, but sometimes she does do that. And it's her first birthday. And just in the blink of eye, her birthday came. And then after that, it's her second birthday. And all her birthday was decorated by me because her parents didn't want to do that because they think it's too troublesome. But as a goo-goo, she always called me doo-doo because when she was a kid, she couldn't pronounce goo-goo well. So she always say doo-doo, doo-doo like that until now. So as a doo-doo, I told her parents that I will do everything for her.
Wow.
So I decorate too on her birthday, and I'm looking forward to her third birthday because it's coming in December. So it's just like really amazing whenever I look back that in these 3 years, how come she grew so fast? She was a baby and now she's a kid. She could run and she could talk and she could just like say everything she wants. They're running the house like crazy. Yeah, that's because I cut the front hair for her, and after that her mom said, "Oh, just look like an animation." But she was just so adorable. Now she's almost a big 3 years old girl, and whenever I look at her with her bright eyes and her cute belly, she has a really cute belly. It's just like amazing that I treat Jocelyn as my own daughter. I have to say that no one could take her place from my heart. But something I learned from her is I don't want to have my child anymore.
Why?
Raising a teen is horrible to all the grandkids parents. You guys are amazing. Because sometimes I just say a day for her and I feel like it's totally enough. So I think hang out with my cousin's kids sometimes is pretty good already. A bit of like that. Yeah, but I think it's really amazing to see they grow up that fast. And this photo was the first time we took her to Tokyo. So she always stay with us. And I'm just have to say I'm probably not the best doo-doo, but to me she's the best niece and wonderful niece in the world. So if I can't, I will always protect her to all the evil things and make her have happy life as I can. Toastmaster of the evening.
It's so sweet. You know, I have 2 nephews, not niece. So my nephews, they also call me Dudu when they was 3. However, I'm not that good to them. I just say, come to bring your boo-boo. Where's my key? Where's my juice? Please put me without the ring. So I have to order them everything for me. That's how that's how you become a boo-boo. Alright, let's have how much time can we have that for information?
Well, I think 15 minutes is okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes. Not that long.
Yeah.
Can we do
We're on schedule.
Trust the timer.
Okay, let's have 15 minutes break, then we'll take a group photo first. Thank you.
He had to do the job of president. He had to do the job of the president because our president will have a conference call. She had to leave earlier. So although she is still here, I have to do the job. Okay, it's okay. So now today's another main dish. It's the table topic for job. As a Toastmasters, we always upgrade his station. We call it "Don't Call Me" station because you have to deliver impromptu speech. So tonight we are pleased to invite excellent Toastmasters, Ophelia. She won the second place table topics contest in 2019 to 2020, Taiwan district. So she will teach us how to be shy, 1 minute shy on the stage, how to overcome the fear of the impromptu speech. Let's give a big applause to welcome Ophelia.
everyone. I'm Julia. I'm the host of this table topics workshop. As Robert said that I won the second place, and I think it's my great honor. And actually because of COVID-19, so this year the contest is all held online. So when I was doing that, I was not speaking to the audience, the real audience. No, I was speaking to my cell phone. So it's like really weird that you have to throw yourself in a situation that you want to express yourself. It's kind of tough and really hard. But eventually, I know that I won the second prize, and I think that that's really out of my expectation. And I told my mom that at that time I was in the kitchen. And I was sitting on the floor and to listen to they announce the winners, and I didn't imagine that I could get the prize. So when they announced my name, I told my mom, "Mom, come here! I got the second place!" And my mom just ran to the camera and said, "Yeah, hi." So some of the friends and the audience from the contest said, "I know your mom because she appears in a video." Yeah, that's quite interesting. So about table topics, just like Robert said, many people view it as a "don't call me" session, because the main purpose of this session is for the speakers to practice the skills of delivering an impromptu speech between 1 to 2 minutes. So that means the master of the table topic session will announce the question better twice, and then invite the speaker come to the stage, and then the speaker will speak at least 1 minute to be qualified, and 2 minutes will see the red card, and still have 30 seconds for the allowance. So that will be 1 to 2 minutes, 30 seconds. So when the speaker comes to the stage, they will think on steps. So sometimes you will see the speaker so slow, like turn trying to grab some ideas from their mind. But okay, that still works. So today I will talk about some of the basic elements you will need to be survive or to shine through your table topic speech. And also later I will also practice this table conversation with you. That means I will still invite speakers on the stage. So as I wrote here, you can call it PICO. Okay, PICO. It's the first letter of the 5 elements I will talk about later. Now I'll start from A. A means to accept. Accept. Because sometimes when the master of the table topics, they announce a question, and this question sounds a little bit hard to answer, and the master will view, like to choose one person, and the person's eyes look like, "Don't call me," and the master will say, "Yeah, it's you." So if you think like, "No, I don't want to do it," then all of your mind and all of your willing will be against. You agree that?
Yeah.
But to accept, you are the chosen one. You're the chosen one. You're the lucky one. To fight against this tough question, then your mind, you have a totally new mindset. Like, yeah, I accept it. I'm willing. I'm the chosen one. Then you will think out steps and work with your confidence to the stage and ready to share something, ready to inspire your audience. So you accept it, and you have a totally new mindset. And then I'm going to talk about organize your speech. Even it's a 1 to 2 minute impromptu speech, you still have to organize your speech, like have an opening and a speech body. Better have your main statement or your core value in the speech body, and then have a conclusion, right? So about the opening, it's an art. So sometimes people will repeat the question they hear to to get themselves more seconds to think about it. But that is one skill that you repeat the question, because sometimes the audience may not memorize that so well. Or also, you can tell a story to start, but a story, simple story, because you will use the story and make a bridge to your speech body. So there are many different kinds of opening to start a speech, but you have to draw the attention from the audience. All right, so organize your speech still in this 1 to 2 minute speech, impromptu speech. And then I think I think most of the speakers, I invite all the speakers trying to be creative. That's the C. Creative, be creative. Because many people are thinking about, I can just talk smoothly till 1 minute or 2 minutes, but sometimes it's too planned, right? Mm-hmm. But since the stage is yours, then be creative, talk about some crazy ideas you've never thought about or you've never talked to anyone. Because it's the time for you to express yourself. So being creative is a good direction for you to achieve, or a good direction for you to go. Also, for many table topic sessions, the members will vote for the best one, right? So sometimes if your answer are creative or imaginative, you can win. You can win the best table topic winner. Yeah, so be creative. There's an example about the table topic contest in this year earlier. That there are many clubs that are doing their club level contest, remember? So I was heard a question about in the in-house contest. Okay, the in-house contest held in every club. So the question is, if you win $1 billion, what will you use this money? Okay, if you win $1 billion US dollars, so that would be a lot. What would you do? And I was one of the judge. Many people might say, I will travel around the world, or I will quit my job. I will buy a big house for my family. I will do this or that. But there are just some normal answers. So how to be creative? To think about it. If you want to be creative, you can talk about I want to build a spaceship and fly to the moon, or I want to build a spaceship to another planet. That perhaps after 50 years later, we human beings can move there, right? Things like that. And I remember the winner of the contest. He's talking about in his childhood, his father is a principal. And I forgot the details, but his core value is that if he has so much money, he's going to build the schools, the educational organizations for the poor village, for the children in a poor and remote area. Yeah, it might be a little bit, you may say, very romantic or idealistic, but just sounds quite creative, because compared to those normal answers. So this is one he won the first prize. He won the best table topic speaker. So this is an example. And then I would suggest you to use personal story in your speech. Although the short one or some humorous one, even a sad one, I want to make example be a failure, or make yourself take yourself as some jokes, or even your successful experience. That is fine. You might think that if I talk about my success, will I be too show off? No, you won't, because that's in your speech. You take your experience or story as examples. So I remember last time I was in Sunrise, the Toastmaster meeting, Sunrise. And they just called me and asked me that if I can talk to, when I was 18, yeah, if I can talk to the person when I was 18, what would I say? Because I didn't notice when the host was talking about the question. So when he called me on the stage, it's like when I was 18. Then I thought about one thing. So I told them that when I was 18, I encountered the moment that I'm going to choose a college, a university. But my father, he's a very domestic person. He's very strict and mean. So he took my 志愿卡, the card. At that time, we have 60 on the list. So he filled that in 50. He filled 50 of that. And they are all teachers' college and teachers' university, because he said that for a girl, it's the best occupation for you to be the teacher, no matter to earn money or in the marriage market. I hate that. But I was a good and nice daughter. I didn't fight against for that. But I was so regret, because after the teacher's college, after graduation, I still teach. I can still taught students for about 10 years until one day I said, I cannot bear it anymore. I cannot do this anymore. So I quit my job and switched to another field. But why should I have wasted the time in my life? If I just thought about that. It sounds like a not so happy, not so pleasant experience, but I just want to tell those young people there, I say, even you have to fight against your parents or you have to fight against the world, but you don't want to be regret one day. After 20 years say, why did I waste my time there? I should be a journalist. I should do something big. I don't know. But I really want to tell the 18 years girl like, don't do that. Don't go to the teacher's college. It's very boring there. So few boys. Okay, so that is, I use my personal story. And it really attracts like I see the lights in some people's eyes. You have a reflection and renovate, have just some reflection from them. Okay, so the last will be E, express yourself without fears. Why? Because why do I talk about express yourself without fears? Because on Tuesday, I went to a club. Okay, that's LV, Leadership Village, Postmaster. It's not a brand LV, alright? So the table topic master asked a question about, okay, recently we have the, in the US they have the election, right? So if you can vote, will you vote for Trump or vote for Biden?
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a very sensitive question. But the master, the host just asked that. Then she invites one person to come, that's a young boy, and he just say, I didn't pay attention to the issue, so I don't know how to answer that. Can I choose another one? So things like that. And the boy didn't, okay, the young man didn't answer strictly to the question. So the host asked again to another older lady, because she has stayed in the US for maybe 20 years, so she may know more about that. But when she was on the stage, she still looks like very sorry about that. She said, if I could really vote, I might vote for Trump. Okay, because it's like when she wants to say something and she's afraid of being judged by others. Because many people say, Trump is just like a gangster, and he's so, talks those stupid languages. Yeah, okay, things like that. So if you look like a pro-Trump. Sounds like or seems like you will be labeled as a part of an idiot group or something. But I want to say you just have 1 to 2 minutes standing there. Even you were labeled as you are pro-Trump, one of the idiot group. That's just between 1 to 2 minutes. It's fine. Just say something. Yeah. Express yourself without fear. If any person judges you, then just think about, okay, you come, yeah, you come, okay, it's your chance. What about you talk? Things like that. So try to express yourself without fear. So this is like, if someone to make it look like a word, then you can memorize it. Okay, pick up as accept the challenge you will have, and organize your speech, and be creative. And also use your personal story and express yourself without fear. That's very important. If you can use some elements in this, tackle this word, and pickle this word, then you will surely shine on the stage. So now it's time for you. Right? I will call upon the speaker to the stage. You will have 1 to 2 minutes to answer the question, and then after your impromptu speech, I will have some feedback for you, okay, for you and for the audience. Okay, let's start. So you're the chosen one. All right. You're invited to a party, and the dress code is choose only one color to dress yourself. What would that be? And why? Okay? You are invited to a party, and the dress code is choose only one color to dress yourself. What would that be? And why? This question I want to call upon Diana.
To be invited in the party. I will choose the color of my dress. Of course, that's my favorite color. That would be pink. From the childhood, since I was very little girl, I like to be a princess. So I just like every girl from the childhood, I like to have my own doll and my own dress and my own hairstyle. But very unfortunately, during my childhood, my mom, she was ill and she stayed at the hospital since I was a baby. So I was grew up by my father, and I always come to the men's hair shop to have the barber. So my hair just very like a simple way. So I got a nickname, very funny nickname from my hair. My classmate told me, 西瓜 watermelon. You can just imagine what my hair cut like that way. So I was very depressed at that time. So after I was be a lady, I just like to be a lady and dress very well, just like a prince. So that's it. Yeah. Have I answered your question?
What's the colors?
Pink.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. I choose Diana is of course because she mentioned about pink when she was introduced in accountant's job. Because I really want to know when a person loves pink or be fascinated by this color, what's that dream or what are those imagination in your heart? So she answered the question directly in the opening. She said that's pink for sure. And then why she used her personal story, like when she was a little girl, the dream in her heart, and also create the conflict between the reality and the inner dream. That's very touching. That's very touching. And then we know that why you had the dream about being a little princess, being treated nicely in your heart until you have grown up and you can express yourself or express yourself with freedom. Then you try to use pink to comfort the little girl in your heart. So if you can use more time to describe, perhaps shorten about the watermelon period, because you may talk about 2-3 sentences, we will know about the conflict. Then use more time to describe that. Then there's a party, invite you to go, and you will release the little girl in your heart, and now you are the little princess. You are the grown-up princess, and you will walk and show with your confidence, and you love yourself, you comfort yourself, and you will go with pink to shine in the party. So if you can leave some time to describe in a party, what would you do, and the power and the confidence you have after you grow, then that will be more powerful. But I love your speech. That's very touching. So let's give her another big round. Okay, next question. All right. Please describe the colors of your parents and how did they make who you are. Please describe the colors of your parents and how did they make who you are. This question goes to Jenny. Yay!
I didn't expect to be on the stage so soon. Yeah, but think of my parents' color, I would say is rainbow. Yeah, because when I walk on the stage, I cannot really think of an exact color for my parents because everyone is so special, also including my parents. So my parents have both good side and I would say some bad side. So it's like a rainbow. Oh, the rainbow doesn't have black. Yeah, but sometimes I remember when I was a child, my father always have many pressure because of his job. So sometimes he feels like a blue color at home because he has so many pressure. So he also left those pressure to me sometimes. However, sometimes my parents just like a son for me. They take me and my sisters to go out and have some holidays on the weekend, and we enjoy the time together. So I feel like my life is just living in the rainbow. Yeah, because sometimes when I feel warm from them, I feel those the caring from them. I feel the sunshine from them. And sometimes, of course, everyone has their own personal emotion, and they have to know how to deal with it through their lives. So I understand those blue colors or those some green colors from my parents. So I think I really like the rainbow colors of my parents, and yeah, that's all my answer. Give the control back.
Alright, I know this question is not that easy to answer, but when you're smiling and walk here with the confidence, I know that you will deliver a great speech. And about the opening from her, she mentioned about the rainbow. So it's not a specific color, but when we talk about rainbow, we may have some connection or some imagination about rainbow. It also creates my curiosity about, why? And then very logically and quite clearly, she described that like some characteristic or some personality of the father, and connected to those colors, like blue and like a sun. So you mentioned about yellow, or some other colors like green, and also she mentioned about the stories in her childhood. And did you notice that she only mentioned about her father? She didn't mention about mom. So perhaps in her heart, father occupied or father has a bigger portion in your life that has affected your personality. Perhaps that's one aspect. And that's quite interesting that although she only talked about her father, but she mentioned about the rainbow also connected to her personality. So it's like I think the bridges between the different parts in your speech is quite smooth. And of the conclusion, if you can also talk about yourself, because my question asked about how did they make who you are. So if you also reflect more about the rainbow color from your parents, also a rainbow heart in you, or how you act, how you live your life, just maybe like a 3-5 more sentences, that will be a more complete conclusion to your speech. Yeah, the previous part are great, so a conclusion will make it more completed. All right, so that's a good point from Jenny's speech. So let's give her a big round. All right. Then I will ask. Okay, because this person didn't take any assignment, so I will just give a simple question like, okay, what color do you describe yourself? Okay, what color you will use to describe yourself and why? What color you will use to describe yourself and why? Yeah. This question goes to Michelle.
Apologize, I still am not familiar with that. Eventually, if I have to choose 2 colors, I cannot choose just only one. Because if I had a chance to choose the 2 colors to stand for me, then I would choose yellow and green. Yellow would be my everyone look at me at the one. Just in a sudden, and it will make me feel like, wow, it's like intelligence and also like easygoing and yeah, something like that. And yellow color also would just a little bit like protect that I could, hide something inside and also protect maybe a safe distance and social distance, something like that. That's from my explanation. But to be honest, inside to me for self-evaluation, and I would think about it will be green, because I enjoy to stay with myself and with my inner child quite often, and I spend lots of time to stay with myself only. So some of them will be, some of my new colleagues will think about, oh, this co-worker will be quite or like high EQ or calm, something like that. But to me, I fully understand because I can stay with me for a longer time, so that's also the main reason I could perform calm and peaceful. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Seems like she cannot wait to leave the stage.
Yeah.
It's fine. All right. I think it's a good try for Michelle because during the intermission, when I talked to her, like, is she the member? She said yes, but she said she's quite new, so she's still trying to embrace the challenge. So I think for her it's a good try. But to my surprise is that actually so soon she can pick 2 colors to describe, and she's and she explained why, that she cannot only choose one color and two colors. Then we realized that one color reflects her like the appearance or the personality from the outside world people see her as, and also the other color of her inner personality, or she know herself well, so she will use green to describe her like the inner part. So this is very special and quite very logical, very reasonable. So I love that she know herself well, and she used so many adjectives to describe that we can know more, we can know detailedly about like the outside, no matter the comments to her or the inside part she described herself is. And when she's talking about that, when she's delivering the speech, most of the time Michelle is staring at one point of floor, trying to squeeze her mind of those things. But it is fine, because for you it's the starting to take the challenge to deliver table topic session, the speech. So it's a good try. Although this time you just stare at the point, maybe next time you stare at there, or just move your eyesight more. But you can still think about what you're going to say. But you're trying to do the eye contact, or release your body language a little more, because the content of your speech is great. Just feel more comfortable to express yourself. Express yourself without fear, okay? So this will be a good try for you. And also about the conclusion. You didn't spend time about the conclusion, you just end up the explanation about your speech body. I didn't hear the conclusion, so perhaps you can go back to the opening about you use two colors. Why is that these two colors? And perhaps just review that again soon, like 3 sentences or like 20 seconds. It is fine, because at least it's a conclusion. Even you just repeat something you have talked about, but it's a wrap up there. So that will be a complete speech for you, and just a very nice try and a very good performance, very good speech performance for you. So let's give Michelle another round of applause. Okay, and next, this question is that, because we talked about the colors of you, so perhaps we will have the connection about like some just true self, right? Your true self, or like your true color, things like that. So this question is, what do you think your true self is? What do you think your true self is? This question goes to Alyssa.
My true self is? I would say my true self is a child. a really naughty child that I don't want to grow up seriously. But since we're in society, we have to attend to school. We have to work. So this is something necessary, and something that we need to fulfill our parents' expectation. So that's one thing. But I think actually inside myself, I'm still really want to be a child. But because of a lot of different maybe in the pressure inside. For example, the work that we have to grow up. So there's a lot of pressure from work, from family. So that's something that pushes us to being like an adult, to be responsible. I think this is something good. I quite enjoy the process of growing up. But on the other side, I think I quite enjoy the speech Dia delivered today, because I also really enjoy being a Fufu and Ai and a lot of nieces and nephews. And I feel really happy when I play this game. I felt that they treat me not as a something who is elder, they seem like we are just like friends, so we can play. They always, for example, my niece, I think when she was little, maybe 2 years old, till now she's already in primary school, and when she was a little baby, she told me that, "Cuckoo来追我啊." Until now, she still say that. So anytime we met, she always say, "So "Cuckoo来追我." So we play together, and it's really fun, and I quite enjoy that. So I think I enjoy being an adult that is really working hard and enjoying my life. But I also enjoy being a really naughty child. Thank you.
Auntie, come chase me. Okay, that is quite funny. Thanks for Alyssa's speech, because actually she looked like quite anxious when on the way she's here. But when she's on the stage, she's already prepared to talk about. Use the experience to be with your niece or to be with the little child, to support, to reflect your inner child again. So that is quite creative. And I think that because when we are being with the children, some people, they may think, I'm the adult, I'm the grown up, and you're the kids, so you just listen to me because I have more experience than you do, than you have. So you just listen to me, just follow my words. Many people would do that, even the parents. A few people would kneel down and have the same height with the kids and try to be close to their heart, be close to their thoughts, and be close to their world. And I think I see and I feel that you are the person who will kneel down and try to be close to them, because when your heart are more close to the children, you feel the very pure happiness, you feel the very simple surprise in the daily life. Even that's a very normal things. Children would point out, wow, the rainbow, or wow, those surprising things. So we are talking about that. I can see, well, that's a lovely true self of a lovely child in you. So I think that's a very touching speech. So for the first half of your speech, I was thinking about perhaps you can use some personal story. But almost the end of your speech, it's not a real personal story, but you talked about the experience of being with your niece. Like a cuckoo来追我. Yeah, so that's quite interesting. You add some humor. That's very cute. And please notice that she had the conclusion. She mentioned about the although to the outside or to reality we have to be an adult, but she always cared the child in her true self, right? So that's a good and complete conclusion to reflect her core value. So that is good demonstration from Alyssa. Please give her again a big round of applause. Okay, I think I can have one more, okay? Because my session is 40. Can I have one more?
Okay.
Can I have one more? Just one more, please.
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Alright, so this question is not about the true self, but also related to the color. So this question is, if you are in a total darkness and you cannot see anything, then you see a light in front of you, what would you think it is? If you're in a total darkness and you cannot see anything, and suddenly you see a light in front of you, what would you think it is? This question, I will invite Qiu.
been trapped in a very dark tunnel, total darkness. And I imagine that I have been there for hours, for days, for weeks. I have no idea. And I imagine that I have already gave up life because I have no idea how long have I been in that dark space. And suddenly, I saw the light appear in front of me. Is that God? Have I been to heaven? I hope it's heaven, because if it is hell, then it might not be so bright. So I would definitely have that feeling that it must be heaven, because of the endless and already fearless emotions being that dark space. Having seen that light, I would feel that's the end of my life. Thank you.
Thank you, Georgie. This question is the question from the contest I have for the last the final table topic contest. So that is question. And many people told me that it's really hard to answer, so that's why I wanted to throw this to Georgie. You can see that she tried to squeeze herself to describe the situation like a movie or like a drama. She tried to draw you all into the situation, and then she described, you say that the light might be the heaven because you are, perhaps that's the end of your life. Okay, so the climax you create is like going to the top, and then you just end sharply. Yeah, you just end it sharply. I'm not sure how much time you did, but it's like you create a climax, but perhaps you can have some more description, like, okay, even it's a heaven, then you just walk to the heaven, right? Perhaps if you have some loving ones, some learning senior relatives, they have gone already, and you can think about you will be, because it's there, you walk to the light, you walk to heaven, then you can see those relatives again, your grandpa, grandma, and you will fly happily, say, come chase me, grandma. Alright? So it's good for you to describe the situation and to use the plot to create the climax, but we need more. We need more. You're the chosen one. You can speak more. A little bit. Okay, but her body language is so vivid, and her language to describe is very colorful, very active. So just speak more to describe. Okay, what's behind? What's after you meet the heaven? Just be more creative. All right. So I think most of the speakers, they use some of the elements about what I talked about. Sometimes we can use some strategy in the opening, and perhaps use some conflict, your personal story in the speech. And don't forget to wrap up, to talk about the conclusion. It's like when you see the green card, green hand, you will still have 30 seconds. So you can still wrap up soon, like in 20 seconds, that will be fine. Don't just see the red card like, oh, I should stop. Okay, you can slow down and stop. All right, so I hope you do benefit, and I hope benefit from my session, and I hope you're willing to try next time to answer the question. All right, and I hope you enjoy my table topic workshop. And let me turn my control back to our VP, Robert.
Wow, thanks, Ophelia. It's a very, very tough workshop. Yeah. That's the first time I saw the audience more nervous than the Yes, that's very interesting, especially for the last questions. I know the last question already because I heard from Ophelia. So I think, oh, don't call me. But at the moment, that's the idea from my mind. If I saw the light, I think there may be a sound from outside and call me, Jack, wake up, Jack. And I open my mind, oh, it's Rose. Okay, it's crazy, yeah? Just be creative, right? Okay. Okay, now.
Young people don't know Titanic.
Oh, yeah.
That's your junior high movie, okay?
Yes. I forget that. Okay, forget the part, okay? No Titanic, no Rose, and no Jack, okay? Okay, no Rose and no Jack. Okay. This session is another session called evaluation session because in Toastmaster, actually we didn't have a real teacher, but we learned from each other and we learned from the senior members. She or he will give us the tips, the advice to help us to improve our speech, to improve our table topic skill, just like Ophelia do. And at the same time, I think the evaluation is also a learning for yourself. Because if you want to teach somebody, you have to know it and you have to organize it. And then you know how to say it. So as an evaluator is also another challenge for yourself. And tonight, we have a very, very beautiful evaluator. And she is the president from Legacy. And she is Emily. Emily is working on My Beauty Power 665 project. And you can follow her on Instagram to Beauty Power 665 together. So you can follow this Instagram. And for his comment of meeting theme, she likes yellow color. It just like sunshine gives me energy toward my daily life. So let's welcome Emily!
What a wonderful deliver a colorful speech to her lovely little J, right? Today, Leah's manual is working on creating effective visual aids. Do you think she did it?
Yes.
Through her speech, we could see she provided so many PowerPoints with her love and all the time series from the little J Jocelyn when she was very, very little, just newborn, and until several months old, and until one year old and 2 year old. All the memories are all go along with the picture we can see from Leah's speech. That is very wonderful visual aids that we could go through the path with her together. Moreover, she even used video to let us have more interesting interaction to see how her little J peek at her when she was at work. So she used two different kind of visual aids. One is the picture, the other is video for us to see how she interact with her niece. That is very good. And for some improvement, I would like to give you, since you mentioned you are really, loving your niece, and we all can see from your picture. And why not use more visual aids to level up your speech, such as you use the big screen for the slides, and how about a small screen? Everyone has a smartphone. So if you can have like a group call with your little J, and everyone we could see you and the little J together through our phone, so we can say hi to your little J. Then that is another interaction, so that we could all together to experience how cute little J is. Even you could bring her to here and have lunch, so everyone can face to face see her. That is, we see from our real eyes and real time, so everyone can know how lovely your little J is. So, all in all, Leah delivered a very colorful speech by delivering her speech through so many slides with the picture she shared with us and even combined the animation. So that is very creative. And if you could add more flavor to your speech, like some live interaction, for example, the mobile, or even bring her on site, that will give us a brand new eyesight for your speech. Look forward to your next one soon. G.
Thanks, Emily. But in parents' employee, bring trouble to kids is a disaster. Yeah. At the same time, you show all the best of a parent. Let's don't bring the kids. Yeah, because now she's 2 to 3. Yeah, trouble to.
Actually, my cousin mentioned that. I told her I'm going to deliver a speech about her, and she said, "Yeah, just bring her to your venue." I said, "No, I'm not gonna do that. Otherwise, I can't deliver a speech."
Yeah. Okay. That's why she wants to have a child by his own. Okay, by her own. Okay, now it's a timer and accountant's report. So, for the timer's report.
7 minutes, 23 seconds.
Ooh, thank you.
3 minutes, 4 seconds.
4 seconds. And for the topic.
2 minutes, 3 seconds. 2 minutes, 4 seconds. 1 minute, 37 seconds.
37.
Yes. 2 minutes, 27 seconds. 1 minute, 28.
28. Okay. So all qualified, and now I will call accountant's report.
For Leah, very fluent. No R.
Okay.
And Emily.
Wow.
Emily.
Yeah, also very fluent. No R.
Wow.
But I'm very sorry I didn't count the R for the table topic speaker.
Okay.
The demonstration.
Yeah, okay. We all focus on the workshop. It's okay. And since we are not a native speaker, sometimes we will make a mistake when we stay on the stage. So we will need some professional postmaster to give us the advice. And for this one, we usually call him the working dictionary. And that's Peter. So let's welcome Peter!
The opposite of professional is amateur. AMATEUR. So this evening we have talked about founding scheme. In other words, we always use the founder of a person's name to be the name of this word. And now in English, for instance, in front of Meriwa department store, I don't know the English name of that, but we have Fetish, wheel. We translate Motenru.
Yeah.
When we translate Motenru, it is invented by Fetish, George Washington Fetish. He is a USA engineer. He is very smart. When he saw the big wheel, and then he thought, why not put chairs on the wheel, and then we turn it so that the people sit there on the chairs can see a very panoramic view of the places over there. So he founded this kind of wheel. Therefore, we use his name, Fetish, George Washington Fetish, as the name of the wheel. So we translate Morton, we call it Fetish wheel. When we translate Laos way, we call it founding scheme. Okay, then this simile, the first one is he won the first place. No. When we talk about 冠军, 亚军, first place, second place, third place, no the. When he wins first place, no the. But when do we use the? Please sit at the first place and you sit the second place. You sit there on the third place. Then it is with the. Or when we talk about 冠亚军, first place, second place, third place, no the at all in English. Then one of the judges, plural, then talk stupid languages should be speak, not talk. My mom was, she is not necessary. So many pressure, so much is better. Green colors, only one color, no S. I am enjoyed. And the verb to be is not necessary. I enjoy or I do enjoy if we want to emphasize. Then work. Work. And then this is walk. This work, this is walk. And then more close to something. Much closer to something. Not more close. Much closer. Then it is quite humor to be humorous. Or M-O-U-R is also correct in British English, M-O-U-R, American English, no U. It is quite humor to be quite humorous. But talking about humor, the actual meaning is the liquid in our body. And this liquid will influence the mood of our mind. That is called humor. But today, humor is associated with joy, harmony, laughter, wit, and intelligence. Today, humor means joy, harmony, laughter, wit, and intelligence. As an evaluator, 1 year old and then 2 years old with S. And we have some good expressions. Last but not least, very good. But if you said last but not the least, incorrect. No, the last but not least. Then logically and clearly, she described something. She used verbs in the beginning of the sentence to describe the whole thing. That is good too. And then to wrap up that means to close or to end. To wrap up whole speech. Wrap up is also good. And then I just mentioned about in France today they impose a dawn, dusk to dawn curfew. Curfew. I want to mention this word curfew. Curfew is a French word. Cur means cover. Few means fire. To cover the fire. In other words, you have to distinguish all the lights on the street. So impose a dusk to dawn curfew. 宵禁 in Chinese. And actual meaning of curfew is to cover the fire. Thank you for your interest, General Evaluator.
Peter, tonight you have a very, very good time control. Great. Okay.
Love you. My time control before was not good.
Actually, when I arranged the agenda, then I find something wrong. Since I arranged this meeting, but I am the GE, so that's weird. GE had to evaluate the meeting, but I arranged it. But I have to say how I arranged the meeting. So the first is I had to send the media to give us a wonderful workshop. And why we want to have this workshop, it's just as I say, we are all nervous to be a speaker on this stage when in the table topic station, and we want to overcome it, but we don't know how to do it. So this time we invite a very experienced master to give us a very good courses to teach us something. And the most important is she will give you the feedback virtually and immediately. That is, if in the normal tabletop session, we won't do that. So maybe you have to learn in enough time and after so many and after that. So I think this workshop is very, very important for the, especially for new member or senior member to learn again. And actually, I think it's also very, very useful for Ophelia. As you will notice, actually she gives a lot of evaluation for each speaker. So it's impromptu speech, impromptu evaluation immediately. So I think maybe this is another test for yourself, right? Okay. Okay, so Ophelia will have a similar workshop in in C Division C. So if you are available, you can attend the workshop again, and because the question will be different, so you will learn a different feedback and then another thing. I think that's very, very important. And tonight, I have to say thanks for the speaker. She teaches us the word of today. I think the 老鼠会 is very, very interesting. Yeah, we all know the punk scheming, but we don't know why. So it's very, very interesting. And nowadays we'll get a lot of the phone call from the 老鼠会. Yeah, that's very, very useful. And don't drop Peter, okay? Drop Peter to Apple, okay? Don't drop Robert. And because of the workshop, tonight we only have one speech, but this speech is very, very good. If you know the speech, only prepared for 2 days. 2 days, only 2 days.
Yeah.
Because when I met her on Tuesday, she said she did nothing, and she canceled the speech. Of course, I said no. So, you know, you can have the potential. You can beyond your expectation. If you get the deadline, so always say yes to your VP. Since I'm the VP, so if I invite you to give a speech, always say yes. And through their speech, you will know even a daily life could become into a good speech. You can learn from her how to turn a daily life into a very emotional and funny, interesting speech. And the visual aid is very, very special because she is not only use a picture, but also she use a lot of contrast picture. Yeah, that's funny. That's very, very good. And for the evaluator, not only for the evaluator, I think all the guests, they go to our meeting. They dress a lot of different colors to show their insight. And why I choose this topic is because actually maybe this one of the table topic contest questions several years ago. What's the color of you? And I also get the idea from Dia's last questions, the light. And because the first idea from me is what color of the light. So then I think about the color of you. And through that meeting, I learned more about each other. Because when you describe the color, you describe yourself, you can reflect your really self. I think that's very, very interesting. Mm-hmm. So actually I like the meeting thing. And about my meeting thing, I think for me, it would be Peru. Because Peru is a relation one, just like my father. And when I met my wife, the Peru turned into a Tiffany Peru. It's luxury and expensive. And when I have a child, yes, as a father, you have to be Peru, but Peru could be the warmest color. So now I am the warm father. Okay, okay, that's my general evaluation. And through tonight's meeting, now I will invite the guests to give us some feedbacks. Since tonight we have many guests. Yeah. So let's from the first one. Let's welcome Leah.
me again. Okay. Okay. So thank you for listening for my speech tonight. And as a VPPR of entrepreneur, I have to promote my club, of course. So our club is a bilingual club. Our meeting is at every first and third week of Tuesday at the Startup Hub, 创新实验中心. The venue is close to the 忠孝复兴站2号出口. So our next meeting will be November 3rd, and it will be full of a lot of dessert and alcohol. Yes. It's our 餐酒会. It will be a 餐酒会. So if you want to have some wine or just like taste a little bit, welcome to join our meeting on November 3rd. Yes, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. In technical, we will be creative and full of courage. Yeah,
That's
just
true.
like what happened in Bali.
She knows that alcohol will attract some people like me.
Yeah, okay. That's very, very important. And for the next one, let's welcome Emily.
Really a shiny evening that each of us bring some color back and to shine in the near future. And for our club promotion, our club meeting is next Friday, so we will have Halloween meeting soon, and welcome join us.
The legacy is near the Nanjing Fuxing station in the 三雅会议中心, right?
Yes.
A different.
Okay. Okay. And for the next one, let's welcome Ophelia.
I'm so glad that today accept the members from U-SWOT and also some guests. And I hope you do learn and benefit from my session. And actually, I have 2 more questions to go for like Leo and Olivia, but I didn't have time. So perhaps I can ask you personally later. Because I really want to hear something from you. I think you're all great people, so I really want to know more about you, things like that.
Thank you. Father pity for the Olivia and Namia. No me, not me, okay. Okay, for the next one, she's nervous, so let's welcome Sunny.
She's really good.
Today is raining. She's not available. Today is raining.
Today is not a sunny day. Not her day.
The color of me is black. Because I'm very nervous. I hope I can join this club
Today.
Right now.
Actually, she is my colleague, and I treat her. I say I need someone help me to buy some drink. So if you can help me, I will be very, very appreciated. So then she brought the drink for us, and I asked her to stay here to listen to the workshop. So she is totally
Okay. She's very happy today.
Yeah, she is very
Very
happy.
happy. Always
I can tell
smile.
how you feel. This is the first time when I came here with Karen, and I totally have no idea, and someone just picked me up, and I have to say something now.
Yeah, just like that. Okay, always say yes in both answers. Okay, so for the next one, let's welcome Elisa.
Yeah, I think it's always great to meet people from Toastmasters, especially there's a lot of guests today. I really enjoyed the meeting tonight and hope to see you next time.
Why you so calm? You have a naughty kid inside, right?
Yes, later.
Okay, thank you. And for the next one, let's welcome Olivia.
I'm very impressed of today's topic because I learned a lot from the pickle. And the most important for me is express myself without fear. And if you ask me about what is the most representative color for me, I think of the point of my view, I guess it will be purple because it is combined by red and blue, and it representative by passion and rational. Yes, thank you.
Okay, so for the next one, let's welcome. I don't know how to pronounce it. Camille. Okay, Camille.
I'm so happy to come here today. I got a lot. I learned a lot from the the content is so abundant, just like her clothes is so powerful. Yes, but in her speech I'm so nervous because she will ask question and ask somebody to the stage immediately. Yeah.
So what's your color?
My favorite color is blue.
Blue.
Yes, I think when a person think of blue, they will think of the sea, the sky, and the universe. And for me, blue have the light blue and the deep blue, and they are the different meaning. They are contrary. I think just like me, I'm a person who can I enjoy both physical and sedentary activities. Yes, how to say, 运动境界. Yeah, so I think be happy. I represent the
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't know how to translate it in English. Let's depend on how to say 动静皆宜 in English.
I don't know how to write that in Chinese.
Okay. Okay, maybe next time.
Alternate answer. She got the answer.
Really?
I say for both, being both active and calm.
Active and calm. Okay, yeah. Maybe me too, yeah. 动静皆
No,
宜
you are too active.
You agree with that?
You are
I
too
have no
active.
teacher inside.
No, you are just too active.
Okay. Just like blue, you have different blue, except Monday blue, right? Okay. So let's welcome the last but not least, Jenny.
Wow, so much laughter today, and I'm so glad I come here, and I really enjoy Ophelia's workshop. You're so encouraging and enthusiastic and passionate about giving feedback to all of us. And I also enjoy the topic today because I think color is really a good way to express ourselves and explore our true self. So yeah, and nice to meet you all.
Okay, so for tonight's meeting, we had many helpers from other clubs, so I will welcome them and give them some show my appreciation. So for the first one, let's welcome our workshop session master. Let's welcome Ophelia. So what color of you, right?
I'm a rainbow.
You're a rainbow.
Yeah.
Okay, just like the poster picture. Okay.
I had so much big today.
One,
and also
two,
the
three. Okay. All right.
You can come back tomorrow. Okay.
Stay on the stage.
Okay, stay on the stage and we can have a picture later. And so for this one, let's welcome our great speaker, Leah. What's the color of Leah? Green? Yellow belongs to Emily.
Absolutely green.
For the next one, let's welcome the yellow Emily. Your turn. Yellow.
One, two, and one. Okay.
Thank you. And for the next one, let's welcome Peter. I will give you a balloon. Yeah.
Regular visitor.
Yeah. He is a regular.
I come here more often than the president.
She said president, not VP, okay? President.
Oh, yeah.
All right. One, two. Okay. Together.
Okay, together, okay. be shorter.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Another one. 1, 2. Okay.
Thank you. So, in the end of the meeting, I have 2 announcements. The first is the joint judge training for the division AGM will be held on November 14th. Yeah, in the morning. So if you are available, please you can register this session. And for the other one is the officer training program will be held. The second joint officer training will be held on December 12th in the afternoon, and in the same venue, Poster Library. So if please reserve your time to join if you are the office. Even you are not the officer, you can join this workshop. So please reserve your time. And since the time is over, so I will call the timer. Look at me strictly. So I will call the meeting adjourned. Thank you. Thank you. You can go first. We will have a lot of time. Yeah, we have.